I think it's important for me to bring this up and mention it because, a lot of people are stuck in these kind of ideas anyway, so this will help. My son is going through this thing. He's 15 years old. He's been staying with his grandma for a little while, and then he started staying with his friends out in Corey, which is far from here. Not super far, but a drive, like an hour drive. And he's out where they used to live in Corey because it's summertime, and the kids want to go do something. Well, to my knowledge, he says that he had all his homework and stuff done during school time. He, was helping clean up stuff and helping do the lawn, mow the lawn and stuff like that. And because he wanted to come spend time with me, it was the only real problem. And because he wanted to come spend time with me, it was this big hassle, and there was all problems in the house. It ended up seeming like they revolved around him coming to spend time with me. And because of that, he ended up going out and spending time with his friends all the times he's not with me, so that he didn't get yelled at. And him and his brother Matt were getting in arguments, and he'd get punched and all this kind of stuff, and saying that, it's just a bunch of stress. So he went out to Corey, where he'd be not stressed, okay? And he can't be with me because I'm working all the time. So now he's out there with nowhere else to go back to because his mom's with her dad, and he doesn't, his old Papa Clark doesn't want to see him. And his grandma doesn't want him there. Apparently, I don't know what's going on, just to the best of my knowledge. This is all I've been told. And then, so if I'm wrong, it's not my fault. It's just what I'm trying to go off what he's telling me, because he's the only one talking to me. So today, he texts me, and the friends who he's staying out with is the week Tuesday, and it's 4th of July week, so I'm working every day, Monday through Friday. So he texts me, and his friends, he can't have anyone to stay. One's going with his dad, and one's mom doesn't want anyone there, and so now he's stuck. And there's really nowhere for him to stay. My parents can't handle having someone there and all this stuff. Well, with that being said is where it leads me to what I wanted to get to. Now, I was trying to explain, I said all that kind of stuff to him, and my dad's like, well, he's going to have to figure it out before school starts. And that was like the only thing that, after all the things I was saying about how all the things in life that we go through and all the things that are just part of the plan that someone else wants us to do, school is involved in that. I have nothing wrong with him learning, but I don't think he has to go to establishment. Just like you don't have to go to church to think about God. You don't have to go to a church or a school to learn. In fact, that's what parents should be for. And that's what I'm here for. And I'm teaching him what life really is, not what other doctrinated books from Macmillan, say. That's not the real world. That's the made-up world for everyone to follow along with. It's scholastic. I think it's funny that everyone thinks that that's reality. Go to a different country, that's not the way it is. So then, if I was to tell my dad, well, I don't think it's really all that important for him to go to school, but I want him to learn, my dad would get angry. Because they wouldn't understand what I mean. And if there was a right and wrong, there is no right and wrong, so that would mean there's no, well, we'll just say right and wrong. In terms of everybody else, you should go through school, okay? Well, I don't say that's wrong, but I think you should learn. That's what I think is right. You don't have to actually learn. You could sit and do nothing and be a lump. If you ask any of the gurus, just being. You have nothing that you have to do, nowhere you have to go, nowhere you got to do. Nothing at all has to be done. But you're going to want to. And if you truly realize yourself, you're going to want to do something good for your body and for the things around you, because you'll understand the gift that you have being alive. So that's all they're really trying to get to when they say that kind of stuff. They're not saying just sit there. Some of them are taking it really seriously, and I know because I was them. Anyway, let's get back to Xavier. So Xavier texts me and says that, and when my dad said the thing about the school, see, here's the thing. Okay, I understand most people will say that, okay? Most people would say he's 15, he's got to make sure he finishes school. Okay, now let's give this a scenario. Say he comes up with an idea, and he does something, and he shows that he's very intelligent, and he starts making all kinds of money at 15. Is anyone going to be like, you got to make sure you go finish school for something to fall back on, because you're doing really well, and you somehow found a way to do something on your own despite your age, because age is this limitation that they give us. And then, say if he was all of a sudden rich, nobody would really make a big deal out of school, especially with the way things are going these days. But until he was rich, having money, having a hand up in this modern day world, everyone would be like, oh, he should do that because it's the right thing to do. Well, switch the scenario around a little bit and say that he was rich, like he struck it rich. off of something that he did. He worked and he did something. He became, intelligent in a certain thing, and really studied it and got really good at it and did something with it. Let's just say that happens with anybody who's got a kid that we're so worried about him going through school. But if he was rich and could buy their house and pay everything that they have off, would they still be like, you gotta go through school and get those A's and B's so that they approve of you? Some of them have that in their head so much that they still would. But a lot of them, I bet, wouldn't. And that is my point. Nothing is right or wrong. And people really need to look into things a lot more deeper than just a shallow level of, you gotta finish school. You gotta do this. You should love people. You should want the best for people. And you should want them to know what's right. And if you yourself don't know what's truly right, and you just follow along what you were taught, even if it's my dad, you're wrong. In a righteous way, you're wrong. And not in a righteous way that's mean. In a righteous way that's the right way to be. God itself was once molecules and particles. You think that those had a destiny to go to school? No. You think those had a destiny to do any of the stuff we're doing right now? Think of we've gone through all this evolution so that we can work at a job, and you see you see starvation and stuff all around, and you went through all this evolution so that you could stand at your job and complain about the TV show you saw last night. People don't understand what gift they're totally not taking advantage of, or not enjoying, or not seeing the full totality of. All I can say is, I have the right way for people to go. I don't have the direct method because everybody's method is their own. But to learn what's true is the most important thing. What you really are. Anyway, that's it for now. Peace.